Hello and welcome. This is Detective Lazaria. On today's topic, it's going to be on this. So as you, or most of you will probably remember December 7th, 1941. That happened. So I'm curious if any of those unfortunate ones that lost their lives on that tragic day want to come forth to Detective Lazaria and tell us who they are and anything else, perhaps a story about your life or how you're doing now. Spirit Talker is on. That's a way to communicate. I do have Find a Grave, and basically we have roughly, just typing in Pearl Harbor, 2,770 matching records for that year, 1941. And I'm assuming if they passed away around December, then it must be that day. So I brought the flashlight out. Hopefully the spirits can use that. So we'll see. Yeah, there's so many that have passed. So we'll see who comes forth and who joins me, who wants to tell me their story. I know that not all the names are going to be in Spirit Talker, but hopefully some of you can come through. Is there a spirit here? Interesting.
Conflict.
Is that the reasoning behind Pearl Harbor? Can you turn off the flashlight if that's what you mean? That there was a conflict between two countries?
He shot me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry to hear that. So can you turn on the flashlight if you're from the Pearl Harbor tragedy that unfortunately took place December 7th, 1941? Okay. So I'm sorry that you were shot at. I'm assuming that's what caused you to pass. Is that how you passed away? Can you turn off the flashlight if that's how you passed away, because you were shot at? Okay. So far it said these two. And I do have, like I said, that list from Find a Grave. And I can search those that come through and see if they match up. And maybe there's a little story behind them. If it's just one person, that I can quickly open up and see what their profile says.
You've been here before.
Are you referring to me doing a session in this spot? If so, yes, I've done a session many times. Just I don't think I've touched the Pearl Harbor topic. I did do war, but this is like on a specific time frame and specific, war. Hmm. So if you need the energy to gain to use these tools,
I'm with my parents.
okay, that's good to hear. So whoever's joining in is with their parents. Awesome. I'm assuming you must have been kind of a young adult when you passed away. Probably in your 20s. If you were in your 20s when you passed away, can you light up the either the EMF meter or the flashlight? From like 20 to 30? Were you around that age? Okay. But yes, if you need the energy to use the Spirit Talker a little bit more, you just take it from the lamps or the sunlight. Light is your energy, and then of course to utilize the cat balls, those clear balls, they light up too. So instead of using the flashlight, you can use those cat balls to confirm or to say you're here. Especially if you do both or all three. That'd be awesome. Mm.
You are courageous.
You know, it almost seems like it's a spirit saying that to the ones that had to fight in this war. They were the ones that were courageous, not me. Right? Maybe you're referring to the spirits that lost their lives during Pearl Harbor. They're courageous. Can you confirm? Lighting anything up? Okay, that's what I thought. Not me, the spirits. They're joining in. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see if there's anybody that wants to tell me who they are. I got 2,770 to search a name to see if they match up.
I like to come here.
Okay. Well, I'm using Ron, the flashlight, his flashlight, the spirit. So is that him trying to say that? That he likes to come here? Ron, are you here too? Are you utilizing the flashlight as well? Ronald, if you are here, the one that uses a flashlight, can you light up the flashlight for a moment to let me know you are indeed joining us on this very touching, tragic topic on Pearl Harbor spirits? Otherwise, I do have the little ones that do come here. That's why I left a cat ball on the chair in case the little ones join me. Mm-hmm.
I'm walking around.
Okay. Well, if you're able to, can you bappity boop on any of those clear cat balls to let me know where you're at as you're walking around? Or ring the bell that's on the table? Sorry, my hand is starting to hurt already. Hmm.
My name is Dorothy.
So Dorothy is the daughter of Ronald. Hey, is she here? Is that the one that says I like to come here? Oh, hi. And that's who was walking around. So it just says, I like to come here. I'm walking around. And my name is Dorothy. So again, this could be indeed little Dorothy, Ron's daughter. The one that uses a flashlight, he has a daughter based on his story. See? Cool. Hi. You join in to have fun? Your cat ball, if you want to play with it, it's on the chair right over there. And you can also use the energy from the candles too. They have batteries. You can use those. But just in case, I will look up a Dorothy in case there is a Dorothy that had passed away from this day. Oh, there is. Not. Maybe not. Never mind. Unfortunately, because I typed in Pearl Harbor, it's two separate things where she used to live. Okay, never mind. So it's little Dorothy. That's who's here. But maybe the spirit saw how I.
Upset me.
I don't know when they say upset me, like they want me to upset them, or I upset them. Even though I don't know why I would upset them. Oh, it did say remove at the very beginning of this session, and I stopped it from saying that. I'm like, remove what? Ron, do you want me to remove your flashlight? Do you not want to join in? Or do you not want the spirits to use your flashlight? If this is too much for you, you can light up the flashlight and I'll turn it off. Oh.
Saw torture.
Okay, so someone's definitely coming through. They saw torture. I'm assuming during this unfortunate, tragic day. December 7th, 1941. Maybe that's what upset them. Because, again, the situation with Pearl Harbor. Okay, so maybe it's not Ron. Okay. Well, someone's trying to come through. I don't know if it's like a spirit trying to zoom in, zoom out, or it's that candle that's confusing things. but it just started to really like do that often now. Right after it said saw torture, I'm noticing it more often. So either Dorothy's getting in the front and playing around and
Shot.
shot. See, it said he shot me. Shot. Oh my god. I feel okay. Let's narrow it down. If I type in I don't know if this will work. I can do 3 things. We have 73 that were shot during Pearl Harbor, supposedly. It's still a long list. Agree, it's a long list.
Agree.
So we're trying to narrow it down. Okay, so somebody was shot on this tragic day. See, we have December 7th being the majority of the ones that passed away. I'm assuming that most of the 73 are indeed coming through. Not all, but I mean, that are showing on this might have that date. So we have plenty of names, so we'll see if any of those do come through and you're trying to tell me your story. I can find you. That's what Detective Lazari does. So it looks like somebody's definitely trying to come through. And yes, Ron, I think, also was shot too, but we're trying to focus on the Pearl Harbor spirits. Sorry, Ron. It's just you had your story and it's been already uploaded. These ones haven't been heard or known about. So far it said he shot me and then shot again, and then it said saw torture. So did you see torture and then were shot at? Or maybe you were on the ground and after you were shot and saw more torture?
Eyes.
Eyes. That's what you used to unfortunately see the torture? It just said eyes. Hopefully not between your eyes. Oh. So there's one that I mentioned eyes. Is this you? Because your name is not in here. Darrell Wade. There's a too long of a story on your unfortunate, what is it called? What happened to him? But he passed away. Uncle?
Uncle.
I don't know, maybe he was an uncle. Or his uncle also joined. So we have Darrell Wade. I'll show you. Because I typed in shot and eyes, but it's not where he was shot in the eyes, but he used his eyes to see things. Cave?
Cave.
Not sure about cave. That's probably a repetitive word, but let me see. Yeah, nothing. At least based off of the story. So his story's long, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to find his, whatever it's called. Hold on, uncle? No. Okay, just checking. Anyways, his story is very long. I could link it, so it's too long to read. So yeah, I could link it in the description for this young man. Is this indeed Darrell trying to come through? When it said upset me, saw torture, shot, agree. Eyes? Did I find one of you? And if so, do you want me to put in the description of this video your link so people can read your story? It's too long for me to unfortunately say. Can you light up the flashlight or the EMF meter? Okay, done. I will link them. Let me just find. Okay. Oops.
Get out of here.
Either this is a residual phrase that the ones during Pearl Harbor were saying, "Get out of here." Yeah, that's what I thought. Not to me, not to another spirit. I think this is like a residual phrase that may have been said. Get out of here. That's what I'm thinking, yeah. Unsure about cave. Cave could just be a random phrase that's repetitive, because I did have that in a past session just a bit ago. Unsure about uncle. I can type in uncle. No, there's two. Maybe. What? Arthur Lee Hickman? Arthur Lee Hickman? Arthur Lee Hickman? Can you... Did I find somebody? Is this Arthur Lee Hickman? That winter, his father and his uncle were shot and killed. Shot and killed. Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Thompson.
Okay. Before I look up Thompson, which is, again, a repetitive name that came through a different session, I'm going to quickly show the viewers these two that mentioned maybe uncle as well as shot. So we have Walter Scott Roberts, very young, as well as Arthur Lee Hickman, probably also young. Excuse me. All right, Thompson could again just be let me look up without the shot word and just see if it just pops up with Pearl Harbor. Yes, we have 11. So if you were any of these 11 with that last name, Thompson, we have some. We have Irvin, that one right there, Compassion.
Compassion.
I don't know. I'm just going to not list them. Another Irvin. Is it the same one? Possibly the same one. Yeah, it's the same one. We have another one. Again, I'm not going to say some of the first names in case it comes through. But yeah, there's a bunch. Another Irvin. Different days, so different person. Spelled differently too. Irvine. Clarence. And Clarence again, and that's it. So if you're any of the ones that I scrolled through, hi. Unfortunately, because there's so many, I still can't click on all of your pages, but I did show the viewers the names that came through. And the ones that I know for a fact that do not, I repeat, do not have a chance of having their name come through, I say it, such as Irvine.
Demise.
Unfortunately, yes. This day was your tragic demise for so many. So I can't tell if this whole focusing thing is because of that darn candle. I might have to remove the candle. Or just shift it a bit. So let me do that real quick. Is anyone still here? Can you use that flashlight to let me know you're still tuned in on this session with me about the Pearl Harbor? That device that's thin black, that's a flashlight, if you want to light it up briefly, if you're still joining me. Aw.
People keep running.
I can totally see that happening that day. Aw. So I just said people keep running. So I'm going to take it that this is, again, another situation where it's residual memories of what happened, as well as residual phrases, as well as residual tragedies, as being shot at, or... So yeah, people keep running, I'm sure, and that happened, yeah. Yep. See?
Saw torture.
This is the second time another spirit's letting me know they saw torture. Very, very bad torture. And then torture doesn't mean like, I don't know, how do you say it? Like captive torture, but I think it's more like just seeing mass casualties. Is that right? Seeing so many pass away and get killed by the other country? Fine, Japan. Because I just realized Japan's not in the Spirit Talker bank. So again, are you referring to the Japanese against the Americans? You saw the torture between the conflict of these two countries on this December 7th, 1941? Whether it's Thompson, Terrell, Wow. I mean, okay, here's what we can do. Hi, Charlie. You know what's interesting?
Charlie.
There was some Charles in that list with the, we got Charles William Thompson. And again, he passed away very young, almost about 20 years old. So are you Charles William Thompson? If so, hi. There's another Charles. We have, same thing, about 20, 21 years old. Charles Leroy Thompson as well. Yeah. So we have two of those Charles. They didn't say nickname Charlie, but yeah. So if we get rid of Thompson and just type in Charles in general, or Charlie, we get nobody, but maybe Charles. Charles. 90. That's a long about list for the Charles. So if one of those Charles saw the torture, I'm so sorry that you had to witness all this, as well as pass away that day. Again, December 7th, 1941. Oh,
I'm walking around you.
so there's still some walking around me, whether it's Dorothy or these spirits that are walking around me. I can't see you or feel you yet. But there is a way for me to kind of see you. If you tap the cat balls, whether it's on the chair or up here, it lets me know you're around, if you choose to. Oh.
My name is Irene.
Hi, Irene. Unfortunately, there's no Irene listed, but is there a chance that you didn't pass away, but you did maybe help out as a nurse? Did Irene help out as a nurse? And you just didn't pass away on that day? So I can quickly just type in and see that there were 42. But let me type in nurse and see if that helps narrow things down. We have 4. We have Irene B, Irene Davy, Irene McIntyre, Irene Stoneberg. So if you were one of these 4 Irenes that were nurses during Pearl Harbor and got to live a good long life for the most part, then hi. This one unfortunately did not live long enough. In her 40s.
Filming.
Yes, I am filming. Okay, here's the question. If you're referring recording/filming, I am. Or were you somebody who filmed this tragic, a photographer? A journalist? Maybe Irene was a journalist?
Interference.
I can just picture you're trying to film and there's interference. Oh yeah! Wait, what's up? Yes, I was filming at my sister's house. And I just had so much interference because of the dogs. So I finally just quit that session, even though I attempted 4 times. I said, okay, it's a clue that this is not going to work out. And the reason why I'm on this topic, Pearl Harbor, is because I am watching the one movie called Pearl Harbor with Josh Hartnett, Kate Beckinsale, I think. I can't pronounce her last name. And then Ben Affleck. So I'm watching that currently, and I just thought, hey, that's actually an interesting topic. Let's do that. So they probably saw that I was filming there, and then they're aware of what I'm doing. Okay. But hello to the Irenes that might be coming through. There's 4 of you. Hi. Especially if you were a nurse. Otherwise, there were 42.
Electric shock.
Oh, wow. Electric shock? I'm not sure what that means. Electric shock? And no, I didn't get an electric shock while I was filming. Well, we have a lot of people that ended up working at an electric company after they had survived. So I guess that's good. Oh, wow. Bobby Mintz?
I'm not playing games.
So we have Bobby Joe Mintz. He died of electric shock when he touched the door handle of a refrigerated something. And he did serve in the Pacific Theater, including time in something of the Pearl Harbor. So he did serve. So we have a few others too. There's 23. So we have Bobby Joe Mintz. Then we have possibly maybe Nellie. I'm not sure. Probably not. Let's see. Oh, okay. Thomas Reed. There's too many, but yeah. So maybe it's Bobby. So we're 37 minutes in. I might have to do a two-parter because I do have banana chocolate bread that I'm currently baking.
Terrified.
Yeah, this was definitely a very terrifying day to have to, endure, witness, be part of. But like I said, I might have to stop this at some point to take the bread out so it can cool off. So just to give you a heads up, I have no clue what time it'll be. Basically, my watch will go off and I'll have to turn this off. But I can smell the banana chocolate bread, which is a clear sign it's almost done if you're smelling it all the way upstairs. So if the spirits are here, again, I will continue to do a part 2, see if anyone else comes through. I will turn off the flashlight just so I can get some rest. But yeah. All right, because I have to take a sip of water, I think. Hold on. Are you, the ones that are here, can you let me know if you're at least at peace by lighting up the EMF meter and the flashlight around the same time? If you are now at peace and in heaven, can you let us know? EMF meter and the flashlight? Oh.
Listen carefully.
You can still do it, okay.
Sin.
So it just said sin. And also, I was just thinking as I was listening, I was like, what if that's something that they had to do to be aware of their enemies? Did you have to really put in your ears and listen for what was to come? Especially if you were up in the sky or on land. All right, I'm going to move my hands again. Therefore, shifty. I doubt this will be much help. Yeah, I didn't think so. No. So again, when we do eventually have to stop and do part 2, same thing. This will probably be turned off. or if I do leave it on, I try to remember where I left off. It shouldn't take too long. Oh, it's someone else.
It's someone else.
It's a someone else referring to the sin. That's why I can't find anybody related to that word. Maybe it's the other person, the enemy. Is an enemy person trying to come through and feels like they, unfortunately, feel like they sinned? Hmm. Look at this. I don't know what it is. It keeps focusing in and out. And the flashlight hasn't gone off since. You're still here, right? You're going to be able to use that flashlight before I turn it off? I thought I saw it turn on when it said, listen carefully. Maybe Ron can do something for me. Ron, are there many spirits from the Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941 tragedy that are around me, walking around? Is there any way you can confirm with lighting up that flashlight to say yes? I'm starting to feel cold right now. No joke. I'm starting to feel kind of cold on my arms.
Lisa.
Lisa, were you a nurse? If you were a nurse, can you light up the EMF meter? Again, it's hard to say if any of the nurses passed away on that day. No. Is your name Melissa? Short Lisa, but your name's Melissa? Oops, my bad. Spell it right. So we have a Melissa McClure. So she was a nurse, I believe she was a nurse. So, hi Melissa. Again, maybe Lisa's short for you. If you're here, hi. You were born in May 23, 1940. Oh, never mind.
Ritual.
Perhaps it's referring to her parents, maybe. Hmm. I don't know. Interesting. Maybe not. All right.
I can speak through this.
Yes, you can. All right. I don't think that Melissa that I showed is somebody tied to Pearl Harbor because they were born on the 1940. All right. Sorry. Unless, oh wait, is Sin? It's someone else? Lisa. Is that the Lisa that had the sin? Maybe that's why I didn't find her? Duh. If that's the case, the flashlight just turned on. I realized that. Can you turn off the flashlight if Lisa was the one that's referring to Sin? All the way? That's why it said it's someone else. Sin? Lisa? And I couldn't find Melissa, really, or Lisa. So, okay, maybe. So my time's coming up very shortly here. Hey Siri, how much longer my timer? Hey Siri, how much longer my timer?
There's a 1 hour and 7-minute timer with about 10 minutes to go.
Okay, we got less than 10 minutes. Then I have to end it. But I could try to do part 2. Especially if you light up that flashlight thinking that 10 more minutes is not enough. Part 2 is best. So, light up that flashlight and I'll, again, take the bread out and continue for part 2. Perfect. See?
Terror.
So it said terrified and terror. Yes, terrified and terror. A lot of them had to witness and experience terror. Can you turn off the flashlight, please? If you're referring to seeing
2.
2? Yes, there are 2, terrified and terror. Oh, part 2. Oh, I get it. Ah, sorry, it took me. My brain was just like, ah. It just said 2. Yes, so they're saying there's so much terror and so much tragedy with these spirits. They want to continue to do part 2. Part 1 being, even if it's 50 minutes or almost an hour, it's not enough. Okay, got it. So it just said 2. Now I know what it means by 2. Cool. So again, we got a little bit more time, but eventually I do have to wrap it up. And yes, I'm going to have to probably turn off the flashlight. Bummer, huh? But you have cat balls, plenty of them, to use just like the flashlight. To light up, to confirm, as well as to say you're here. So any last names that want to come through so I can do a quick search on you? I couldn't find Lisa, but that's probably somebody tied to somebody referring to dog.
Dog.
Dog. There are 2 dogs. Wait a minute. Yes, so again, I was filming at the other house, and there are 2 dogs. It said 2 dog. There are 2 dogs. Do you remember me at the other house, hanging out with the 2 dogs, watching Pearl Harbor movie? And you can probably see my brain clicking in like, I think I might do a session on these unfortunate spirits. Can you light up that flashlight again? If you guys were aware of my future session idea, which was that afternoon. I can type in dog, of course. I'm not saying I won't. I mean, it mentions dog somewhere in their little bio, but we got Mark, Hugh. Oh, dog tags. Dog tags. Is that what you mean? Dog tags? Can you light up the flashlight if you guys were referring to dog tags? Not like a physical animal, but the dog tag that you would wear around your neck. Because there's 7 that list dog. Every dog has his day, you know? That's one of the phrases people said. Look above.
Look above.
Like top here? Mark? Are you referring to Mark Alexander?
I knocked.
Interesting. I didn't hear one. Sadly, I didn't hear it. Not saying you didn't do it. Look above. And you knocked. Yes, I have crap up there. Sorry.
Memories here.
Memories here? Referring to Earth? Where you lived? And look above could also referring to heaven. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, removing the word dog. Okay. And literally a dog starts barking. And the EMF meter spiked a bit more to orange and maybe red. Are you figuring out how to use that EMF meter a little bit more?
We will make a noise.
Okay. I heard it up above. It did say look above. Did you make a tapping noise up above? So it just said make a noise, and I did hear one up above in the ceiling. Like a little tap.
Your family.
We are family? I don't know if any of my family members served in the Pearl Harbor, though. Maybe that's something I'll have to look up before I get back. I don't know. All right, well, I'm going to probably wrap it up because, again, it does take time for me to turn off things, put things down, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can hear you. You're making noises. I might leave the Spirit Talker on and see if anything else is said through it while I'm, again, taking care of some stuff. And we can try to do part 2. Oh, I heard you over there. You're still making noises. I mean, there's probably a bunch of you around walking, you know. So what is the last phrase, word, name that's going to come through? And then I'll have to take a little break and let you rest and gain up the energy. Dang it.
Sit and listen.
Fine. There's a car driving by. It's like they're surrounding me.
The children play.
Oh my God, they're playing Four Corners. I have a feeling they're playing Four Corners. So I just said the children are playing. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Like, that's hilarious. And we did play Four Corners at
Ivy.
Hi, Ivy. We did play Four Corners at my parents. Sorry, at my sister's house. And I heard a really loud knock that I couldn't believe that I heard right after. So maybe they remember the Four Corners game. Awesome. Well, again, I got to get going. The bread, I don't want to burn it. But thank you, Ivy. You can continue to play. I won't be able to hear you though. But gain up the energy so when I come back, you guys continue to play. All right. This is your Detective Lazaria signing out. Peace, love, and eternity. Bye.